apology that's come with the act that's been passed is obviously welcome. The fact is, you've got to look into your mind and think, what sort of mindset was it in the 1950s that allowed that to happen? Just as much as what mindset was it that imprisoned Oscar Wilde and he eventually fled into exile in France because he no longer felt safe to live in this country. Many have suffered, many have died in order that people should be able to lead the life they want to lead, practice the sexuality they have, and be happy with doing it. What threat was that ever to anybody else? Let's be strong in this and remember those people and the achievements they put forward. But Sarah's right. There are many countries in the world where any form of homosexuality is not just illegal, it's punishable by death. And I represent constituents from Uganda and other countries who are terrified of a letter from the Home Office that would send them on their way, knowing full well what will happen to them when they return. And that is not the only country. So, whilst we quite rightly praise the changes we've achieved, every change we ever achieve in a social agenda to take us all forward has to be defended as well as extended. Because if it's not, regression will take place, homophobia will return in an even worse sense in the future. So it's up to us to defend all those communities, both here and abroad, because an injury to one is, of course, an injury to all. We stand up for people all around the world. But sometimes you can get support in the most surprising places. I was first elected to public office in 1974, representing South Hornsey Ward in Haringey. And there was, at that time, quite a lot of empty properties around because we were having a bit of a tussle between myself and the Labour Council, even though I was a Labour councillor, these things go on, about a proposed development which involved the demolition of a lot of property. I was completely against this. I wanted the property rehabilitated rather than demolished, and eventually we won. Nothing was demolished, everything was rehabilitated, and it's with pleasure I cycle along those streets these days. But there was one building that was had a big sign outside saying North London Gay Centre. And it was a centre where gay people met, some lived there and stayed there, and it was fine. They were very nice, they were very friendly to everybody. Anyway, then the National Front heard about it and turned up, tried to barricade it, tried to assault people, and all the rest of it. And so, we asked the community, have you got a problem with the gay centres? No, they're nice people, fine. And so, we had a community demonstration, including lots of people that left the pub for the evening, very big hardship, to come out there and defend the gay centre against the fascists. The gay centre carried on, the fascists disappeared. There are lots of challenges ahead of us. Challenges about the struggles we have to win. We're not completely there yet in even parts of the UK, such as Northern Ireland, but we're also it's also important we're there in praising those people for what they've done. And so I think it's fantastic that the film Pride has achieved such a huge level of support. And as one who was very involved in the miners' strike, remembers those days when Pride first appeared, when lesbian and gay supporting the miners first appeared, and it was fantastic to see the changed attitudes and the reaction because of the support that was given. People in struggle, in solidarity with other people in struggle, not necessarily knowing too much about each other or necessarily understanding each other very well. At the end of it, they realised they were both struggling for the same human values. The right to be yourself, the right to be your community, and don't let somebody take it away and destroy it. And I think the film has done a fantastic job for all of us. Well done, everyone that's involved in the film. There are so many other issues I could talk about, but I don't want to go on for too long. I just want to say this. We had an election in the United States, and Donald Trump was elected president. And in the first 10 days since he took office, it's now only, in fact, only 11 days yesterday he took office, he's torn up an international agreement on the rights of refugees through the 1951 Geneva Convention. He's incited hatred against Muslims. He's attacked women's rights. He's attacked so much that has been done in the past to protect the LGBT community, to grant the recognition they should have, and to end discrimination against anyone in those communities. I am very fearful for the future of an awful lot of what will happen. There's only one answer to this. You don't stand back. You stand forward, you move forward, and you challenge it and protest about it. So all those people that have done so much have already achieved a great deal. And I think you will see a growth of unity across the USA, as indeed across this country, of communities that are hit by poverty, hit by economic restructuring, which results in the loss of jobs and cuts in public services, and hit by unemployment, with other groups that are equally being attacked and hit by a right-wing, nasty agenda. And so it is up to us to express solidarity with all of those people. So let's ensure that we celebrate the history, we understand the threats that exist to us here in what we want to do, the threats that are very real in the United States, but also the need to support those people that are going through a terrible time in countries where there is an illegality on any homosexuality, where there is death by either punishment by a community or death by the state by execution. We have to stand up and say to any government we have any relationships with, you are wrong on this, you have to change your ways. And as far as I'm concerned, I want us to have a foreign policy in this country that has as its cornerstone peace, justice and human rights, and say that our trade relationships should also be based on peace, justice and human rights and respect for people and their rights. So tonight is a time to celebrate, and I'm very pleased that this room is absolutely filled tonight, because I was told when I was first elected leader of the party this was my office. I had a desk in that corner. I was in here for 2 days and I thought, wow, why do I need an office in which you could have a tennis court? I don't play tennis. So I thought much better we turned this into a meeting room and a reception room so that wonderful people like yourselves can be welcomed here, enjoy each other's company, but above all, resolve to work together, to chase down discrimination, chase down homophobia, chase down all that, and also send a message out to the rest of the world of those that are going through the most awful, horrific experiences. We're with you, we're in solidarity with you. Your triumphs are our triumphs. Our defence of you is the defence of all of humanity and the right of people to practice the life they want to practice, rather than be criminalised, brutalised and murdered simply because they chose to be gay, they chose to be lesbian, they were LGBT in any form. It's simply wrong. Stand together, everybody. Thank you very much.